Hello and welcome back to Tales of Berseria, the Let's Play Blind with Rambler. It has been a while once again. Well, just to cut a long story short, things might end up not been going so well. Just recently pulled out of the career path I was currently on, and now I'm in a bit of a state of limbo really. I'm on sick leave until the end of Christmas and getting some mental help. You know, I've got to get some CBT therapy in the future, and just try and think about what I want to do for the rest of my life. And a few other family issues here and there, nothing major, but just a few downers, you know. It's just kind of put things to a bit of a halt, you know, just brought everything to a grind. But never mind, hopefully things will get better. I've got some ideas about what I might do for the rest of my life. I'm not going to go into details now because I might do that in an update video in the future, but it's just to give you some idea as to where I've been. And also a few things have been happening around the world. It's been a bit depressing. So, you know, some shooting still going on in America, which kind of sucks because I am personally an advocate for gun rights, but these people who are abusing their rights and killing innocent people is just not on. It's really, really sad. Obviously, I'm in the UK. We don't have gun rights per se. I mean, you can get a license for certain things, but I don't mind people having guns. But at the same time, when people abuse it, it's incredibly dangerous. It's a sad waste of innocent life, and it really, really sucks. So yeah, it's a bit rubbish over there. I mean, it doesn't really concern me directly, but, you know, it's one of those things where around the world, since we're trying to be a global nation now or whatever, it's a bit rubbish. So that's going on. Brexit's not going so well. I mean, again, just to put it out there, I actually voted for Brexit. I support Brexit, but currently what we've got on the table is a bit rubbish. But then again, we do have to try and appeal to as many people as possible, ideally the whole country. It's kind of divided at the moment here in the UK, so, you know, some compromises have got to be made, but you know, currently I think personally it's a bit rubbish, but you know, some realities have to be faced, and that's that. But still, you never know, give it time. Other things may work out, or maybe a solution will come out that fits hopefully everybody in the country, but I highly doubt that. So that's going on. That's depressed me a little bit. And the game industry is just being as rubbish as always, at least in the AAA industry anyway. But I'm not going to talk about it that much this time. We all know the big news at the moment. In terms of Bethesda and Activision Blizzard being cunts once again, although Bethesda's not really being a cunt, and I'm using a bit of a severe word there, I apologise. But yeah, their recent game, Fallout 76, is a bit rubbish, you know, and they're not really giving a shit. So yeah, me using the C word just now might be appropriate, thinking about it, but you never know. They're not quite as bad as Activision Blizzard, who are being the C word. But, well, kind of expected that from them, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, so all that combined in my own mind, and, you know, I can ignore a lot of it, I suppose, but I choose not to because I'm an idiot, has dragged me down a bit. But I have some free time today, and I've decided, you know what, I'd like to get back to making videos. Oh, yeah, and of course, on the subject of videos, of course, YouTube sent out a sort of Gmail update to YouTube channels, and probably to people who watch YouTube and have an account, saying, oh no, Article 13 from the European Union that they voted on a few months ago is now going to pass in the next year or so. It's going to block every video about Let's Plays and remixes and creative stuff that basically transforms, you know, current artwork and all that under fair use or what have you, and it's going to censor the internet, and this is bad. And we're like, I know, we were telling you that, you ignored us. Then the vote happened and they won. It's a bit late now. If you're in the European Union, you're going to get shitted on, basically, in terms of videos. You're going to have everything censored. So, yeah, well done. Good job you've caught on, lads, but, you know, bit late now. So, you know, stupid wankers. But never mind, whatever's, I don't really give a toss. We'll make videos on my channel until I can no longer do so due to legal obligations. So yeah, it is going to happen. I know it's going to happen, and it is going to be absolutely crap. Another reason why I voted Brexit, and another reason why hopefully we do get a clean break, because that means we don't have to follow that rule then. But I'm sure our UK government will do that anyway, because they're lazy, and yeah. We're not going to leave the European Union, are we? Oh well, never mind. Anyway, sorry, had to get it all off my chest because, like I said, I'm feeling a bit down. I don't really talk to many people, and the people who I have talked to, bless them, have basically fed up with what I've been saying about all this, and I'm sure you are now. Let's play the game, shall we? Let's actually play the game. So, yeah, I think from memory last time, there's been some sort of illness afflicted on the ship, and we need to go find a herb of some kind in order to try and help the people. Yeah, some random disease happened, and I think it's linked to Eisen's curse, whatever it is, the coin thing he's got. I think it's linked to that.
A manacled body got caught in my nets.
It's probably mine.
A prisoner?
You too? Yesterday, my nets pulled up an arm. Manacles, even a brand on that one.
Sure it wasn't
I
a
really can't take
Cthulhu
this
arm.
anymore. I'm losing my appetite, and it's bad for my heart.
You said it. Judging by the tides, they would have to have come from that prison island. Is it really just a prison?
You
Sort
think it's
of.
strange, too? I've suspected something about that place for a while now. They say the whole island is a prison, but if you ask me, I bet it's just an execution ground.
Well, kind of. I mean, I
It's
kind
for
of did the execution
experimenting
thing
on
with Velvet here.
demons.
Experimenting? What do you mean?
Testing the demons' capabilities.
Ooh.
That's why they need prisoners. Food for the monsters.
Not a bad
Possibly. Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, because that links to us, really,
There's
doesn't
no
it?
way the Abbey would do something that horrible, right?
Of course, we can trust people in
You
power. They're
think of some
completely
crazy
clean and
ideas.
pure.
I
Not
bet
corrupt
all
in the
of this
slightest.
is the work of some vicious pirate gang.
Yeah, the pirate gang that's just parked right
That
next to
guy.
you.
He's pretty sharp.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen any patrol ships around there recently. Used to be they'd chase you off if you got too close.
You know, you're right. If there are pirates about, it'll mean trouble unless the Abbey tightens up their patrols.
The best we can do is keep a wide berth of it for now. We wouldn't want pirates and demons sneaking up on us.
I think we'd notice if pirates or demons were around. No way they'd catch us unawares.
I can't tell if he's sharp or dull as a brick.
Well, let's find out. Excuse me, guys. I'm a demon. Woo! Actually, no, I'm a special kind of demon. I forget the name of what we are now because it's been so long. I eat demons, and I can eat you too. Woo! Woo! No? No reaction? By the way, Mr. Man, there's a pirate ship there, right there. The ship. It's a pirate. It's full of pirate people. You know, I'm one of them. Pirate gang. This is a pirate gang ship. It's a pirate. You going to do something about it? No? Okay. Yeah, he's as dull as a brick, Lapset. He's as dull as a brick. With a sharp mind. Like me. I know it sounds like bragging, but I swear I've got a sixth sense. If the seas are about to get rough or there are demons nearby, I can feel it. Maybe. Just maybe. I have what it takes to be an exorcist! You say, if you're still saying the same thing in 10 years, I say go for it. Yeah. Well, good luck with that, old chum. By the way, if you do become an exorcist, if you just look at my body and then look at my butt hidden behind my cape, you will be missing out on dead ass, dead legs, and dead boobs. Just saying, man. You might want to think about joining the demon side. Hell of a lot sexier. Although, having said that, what's her face? Eleanor, she's not bad, actually. Conservative, but she's pretty hot. Anyway, stop objectifying and misogynising women, or whatever the correct word is for it these days. Let's carry on. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Is there an apothecary around here? I can't pronounce the word correctly, but you know what I mean. An apothecary? I can't pronounce that word either. Sure, there's one in the village. Here in Westgan, plants and animals infected with demon blight have been attacking folks. So the apothecary... Oh, apothecary. Aha! See? I think I got it. Apothecary barely has time to sleep. I see. Thank you. I think we can be polite. Oh, odourless fluid. Lovely. What are we doing over here? We're looking at some boxes. Oh, and a chest. Is it a loot box? Are you addicted to it like 400,000 children under the age of 16 in the UK are addicted to gambling and booze and drugs? I don't know. These supplies came at just the right time. Aye, with all the exorcists and soldiers about, it was starting to feel a bit tight. Well, are these all the supplies you've got for the whole thing? I'm sure it'll do for a little bit, I suppose. Fair enough. I mean, you know, is it just supplies of wood? Supplies of boxes and rope? Is that all you wanted? So you can just stare at them all day? Is that how you get your nutrition? I guess. Ah, the merchant vessel, Van Valvely. Donating another load of relief supplies? We're always grateful. Donating supplies? It's only a ruse. We keep a bit of cargo stored away for when we need to make anchor in a hurry. Ah, I see. Even with Corsair's Scourge, you never slip, do you? I see. See, that was Eidson speaking now. I should have realised that. Sorry. Warg Forest is east of Renede through the Fens of Nog, and Bernac Plateau is to the north. And all of these place names are really stupid to pronounce. There aren't many safe places in West Gan, so if you're going to travel, be prepared. Thank you, sir. We shall be. Ish, I guess. Ooh, nutmeg, but we don't need it, so we shall leave it for somebody else. Now, we have an expedition we need to attend to, which we'll just do now.
Take a look at this.
Alright, I will. No, whoa! Lose, then we won. So we lost, then wins, apparently. I guess.
I knew this would be big.
Ooh.
What a treasure!
Nice. Bone mask. Well, maybe not so nice, but it looks cool. Mask obtained from the Barbatrus Archipelago place. Barcelona, whatever. Some believe it to be the mark of a peerless swordsman, while others say it was worn as a punishment by a traitor. Let me guess, that swordsman was a traitor! And we've now got black bunny ears! For some reason. Explore this area again. New. Let's go to the Force Islands and explore that!
Ship setting sail.
Groovy. Right, let's have a look at this treasure then. Where is it? Oh, it's at the top.
Now this is one hell of a helmet.
A mask obtained from blah blah blah. Is this made from the bone of some monster? This mask has a disturbing aura about it. It's got several nicks on it. I'm sure it was worn during some very fierce fights. Oh, God, sorry. It's just really annoying I have to do this stupid thing. Why not try putting it on, Rakuru? It might just be your style. I admit it's a fine piece of protective gear, but I'll pass on it. Cut before being cut. That's the Rangetsu philosophy. The best defense is a good offense, in other words. Not quite. It's more like the best offense is a good offense. I see. Well, I hope I never have to fight a practitioner in the Rangetsu style. Yeah, apparently
Now this is one hell of a helmet.
that is what that's all about. Okay, whatever. It's cool. Thanks. Brilliant. Lovely. Brilliant. Yep, carry on with that. And that is all good. Let's go into building over here. I don't know what this is. Obviously highlighted, but we'll see. Ah, it's a supply room. That makes sense. When I look at equipment these days, all I want to do is dismantle it. Collecting materials has become a hobby of mine. I know the feeling. Just keep it under control, alright? Yeah, I need to stop dismantling equipment I was planning to enhance. Yes, thank you, game. Is this now where we need to start doing that sort of thing on a more regular basis? Because so far, it hasn't really been that important, but I guess now it will be. Maybe. Or maybe the game's just reminding you. You know that mechanic you've probably forgotten about? Well, it's still there. But, oh, thank you, game. Thank you for reminding me of it. Right. I'm happy to have more Exodus around, but what are they doing in Warg Forest? Shouldn't they be defending Renede? I haven't been told any reason, but I heard the orders came from the shepherd himself. There must be some deeper purpose. Yes, it's me causing problems. Alright. Okay, well, I think that is everything we can do here for the moment. So we shall save the game. No, save. There we go. Good times. I haven't forgotten to do that. Okay! Ah, trader. There are demons that will attack you if they so much as smell potentite on you. Really? Potentite would be mighty handy to have around, but I wouldn't want to die over it. Well, apparently there's only one in any particular region, so unless your luck is miserable, you're unlikely to bump into any. Demons drawn to potentite, eh? One per region is pretty rare, though, even for demons. Still, it's not a nice thought. Well, we got loads of them, though, so I guess that's why we keep getting attacked or something? I don't know. I don't care. Let's just crack on, shall we?
That's an interesting bridge.
This bridge has a bit of history to it. Port Renede was originally built here on this inlet. The water's deep enough for ships, but as you can see, it's a bit too narrow for a port. Large ships couldn't come close without a top-rate crew, so Port Renede was used almost exclusively by smaller ships.
What about the Von Eltia?
We're the best of the best. We came and went as we pleased.
So your point is you wanted to brag?
Hey, let me finish. The people wanted their town to grow, so they built an outer harbor for large ships, and this bridge to connect to it.
Uh-huh. So that's why the port and the town are separate.
But there's more. We secretly helped provide the funds and resources for them to build it.
So you are bragging.
And did this bridge bring prosperity to Port Renede?
No. The Abbey began regulating shipping and travel, right about the time the town finished building the outer port. If only the seas had remained free, Port Renede would have developed into a center for commerce and trade.
I suppose things don't always go as planned.
Then again, even if Port Renede became a bustling port, we still would have no trouble slipping in or out.
I'm not biting this time.
Brilliant! Thank you for that rather pointless bit of backstory on a wooden bridge. I really didn't need to know about that. Never crossed my mind as to why there was a bridge doing this and that. But thank you anyway. I feel enlightened. That's always good to know. Okay, well, I suppose if Lapset wants to know, I suppose I shouldn't stop him, so hey-ho. Right, so we're now in another town. Goody-goody gumdrops. Another save point here for, well, I don't know, no particular reason, but I guess if you don't want to re-go through the chat about the bridge, that's probably an option for you.
When I was in Port Zexen, I heard that a swarm of demons attacked the palace and killed the high priest.
Oh dear.
Way!
Oh, that was us! I just remembered now.
Guarded place in the world? How did the exorcist let that happen?
Bad news really does travel fast.
They say that the demons were disguised as humans, but were actually enormous monsters twice the size of any man. They had razor-sharp horns and 3 burning eyes. They could take over your mind just by glaring at you.
Which is probably why Velvet isn't doing that now.
No wonder the exorcist couldn't deal with them.
Some rumors say they escaped. Some say a legate took them down in a climactic battle. But no one knows the truth.
I do.
We should be ready to run in case they show up.
Is the world falling apart? Will the bad times return again?
A horned giant with 3 eyes, huh? Velvet, you're one scary lady.
They said swarm, so they were talking about you too.
Nah, burn. Oh, I miss Velvet's sharp witticism. She's clever, she is. Right, can we speak to you? Yes, there's nowhere we can run. Demon blight is everywhere. Could there be some safe place across the sea on the far continent, do you think? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't heard of anyone actually reaching the far continent. So the best we can do is pray we aren't attacked by demons then. Well, lucky for you, I'm not in the mood. But you never know. I might come and attack you anyway. Ooh, there's a dude here. If only anger and grief could simply be washed away. Alas, that's not how people work, unfortunately. Nope, very true. Speaking of which, I have a new request for you. Oh, brilliant. Oh, lovely! So we did all these in advance, but that's good. Ooh, the life-coveting fairy. Fens of Nog's secluded waters. Level 32, so quite tough. And then we can get the Oppressor's Fen type. Further increases damage inflicted during a weak point combo on moderate difficulty or higher. Oh, that's cool. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for you. And, oh, a mobile man-eating plant. Oh dear. Opposite of an ice cream truck, then. Grants a random skill that enhances abilities when HP drops below a certain level on moderate mode or above. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, well, we'll keep an eye out for them, but they are pretty high level, so I imagine they'll be a little bit tougher than what we've come across so far. But then again, I haven't really checked the levels of the other creatures anyway. I think I did once or twice, and it wasn't too bad. So we'll see. But anyway, if we come across them, we'll have a bash. Maybe not in this video necessarily, but in the future, hopefully. Unless something bad happens, which it might do. We can't use a life bottle. That's fine. We'll leave it there for somebody else. Hello. It rains so much in Westgand. I suppose it makes everything lush and green, but they say demon blight affects plants too. It makes the rain feel like a curse. Well, I don't know. I like the rain. It's relaxing and soothing. It can be destructive if there's a lot of it, but I like the rain. It's nice. Did you hear that, ma'am? Your boys are something else. We've got a future scholar on our hands. Yes, but he's a bit frail and that worries me. Oh, interesting. Maybe he's over there, I guess. I don't know, we'll have a look at it. Very nice rooms. Nice lodgings, armchair, table chairs, there's beds. Good, good, we shall take one. As in, we'll rent one out. The Collapse of Harmony, Merlin's Rebellion, the Dark Periods. There were so many great events in the past. All legends, of course. But when I grow up, I hope to unravel the true meaning behind them. Oh, that must be good then. Oh, you never know, you might do. I mean, you might inevitably get killed because of our actions, but you never know. Are you staying? We're known for our home-like hospitality. Yeah, 100 gold, well spent. Let's do it. Also, just keeping an eye out for cutscenes and stuff, but I think we did that last time, so it is what it is. But you never know. Cheers, girl. That was very nice. I like your inn. I hope not to destroy it by accident or inadvertently. That kind of suck. Right, another cat soul there, which is good. The game there, but I can't be bothered with that at the moment. Thorny waistcoat, which I don't think we need for the moment. Yeah, I'm going to sort of skip the mini games for now. I said I was going to do them, but I just don't have time really these days to really spend much doing on that sort of thing. It was difficult enough when I was playing Hyperdimension Neptunia, trying to get all the extra stuff on that, at least for the first game anyway. Did take a lot of time. I mean, it wasn't like the hardest thing ever, but it did take time. Ooh, weapon dealer, hello. Hello there, we may be a simple country shop, but we've got a fine selection of goods. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Let's see, apple gel, peach gel, get a couple of those. Get a panacea bottle. I really shouldn't be doing that, to be fair, because I mean, miss out on all the treasure chests, but I don't know, I always like to be, I like to be stocked up. Oh, a curious bottle that instantly sends you to the entrance. Oh, we can buy enough bottles. Is that what we want, though? Might be quite useful, actually. Might grab a few of those. You never know. Fluoric garments. I've got loads of those. Haven't got any waistcoats. We don't care about that. No, we've got everything that he's selling at the moment for that sort of thing, so that's fine. I can't be asked to enhance anything, so we'll ignore that for now. Ooh, conversation.
I know I'm repeating myself, but that's just not possible.
But the High Priest hasn't been seen since then. How do you explain that? I heard some people from the capital say that he might have been attacked by demons.
The Abbey's trying to cover it up, but the truth is getting out.
The security at the palace is better than anywhere else. Demons breaking in? Inconceivable.
But what if a whole horde assailed the castle?
The exorcists guarding the palace are elite, the best of the best. Horde or not, they couldn't have gotten in.
But what if they were some sort of giant demons? No matter how elite the guards may be, they'd have trouble against something like that.
I think someone's been watching too much Attack on
In the
Titan.
capital, there'd
Or
be an
reading it.
uproar. I
Or playing it.
understand your concerns, but please remain calm and trust us.
Yes,
Panic and
trust in
confusion
the government.
is just what the demons want. They'll use it to slip into this very town.
Well, we know that, but still.
It looks like rumors from the capital are spreading.
The more chaos there is here, the easier it'll be for us to move around.
Very true. See, again, Velvet, super smart girl. I know the Abbey story, but I'll need tangible proof before I swallow it. You're not the only ones risking your lives. That's right, making us feel safe is part of the Abbey's job. Very true. The Abbey fights with all its might to preserve the peace of the land and expunge demons. I do not ask you to believe in them. I ask you to believe in Lord Altorius and the Empyrean that word I can't pronounce. I want to believe, but I just can't shake this feeling of unease. Well, this is it. It's all starting to fall apart a little bit, which is a good thing, because that's exactly what we want. Then again, that may be what Artorius wants, because I know he's got a sinister plan in the background. God damn it! I bought some of those as well. Why don't I ever leave a few left in my why do I ever leave a bit of space in my inventory for that sort of thing? Oh, I'm an idiot. Like I said, I always like to be over-prepared, though, so I suppose it doesnn't cost us that much money, really. Currently, at the moment in time, it's not a big deal, but maybe in the future it might be. But for now, we shall save the game once again, just because we've spoken to a few people and what, and again, don't really want to repeat that, because my computer is pretty much on the verge of death now. Oh, I need to update it. I've been saying that for years now, and I still haven't done it. Right, we need to speak to... Oh, Cat's Chest first, before we do. 125 cat souls, yeah, can afford that. And we gained a Shiba Inu tail. Try expressing your mood with this dignified tail. No, I'm good, I'm not a furry.
Hello there. How can I help you today?
We're looking for Salatoma flowers.
Well now, that's an order I don't get every day. It's not for the Corsair's Scourge by any chance?
The very same. Some of our crew developed fever 3 days ago. I want to take care of it as quickly as possible.
Understandable, but unfortunately, I'm out of stock right now.
Of course you
How can you be
are.
out of stock? The flower's in season, isn't it?
It is, but not too long ago, a demon appeared in Warg Forest, where we harvested. And now the Abbey won't let anyone inside.
They what? Why haven't they exterminated the demon?
From what little I've heard, they've had trouble tracking the thing. 100 people go in, maybe only one will actually come across the beast.
If it's so rare, then what's the danger?
Yeah.
Because nobody who's encountered it has come back alive.
First the Corsair's Scourge, then no medicine, the Abbey, and a mysterious demon. Never a dull moment with the Reaper's Curse, eh?
Yeah.
I could try to order some from other towns, but if you're already on day 3, they might not make it in time.
But if we go to the Warg Forest, the Salatoma will be in bloom, correct?
Right, but the demon...
We're going to the forest.
Yeah, we don't fuck around. Velvet doesn't fuck around. She's badass. Just accept it, alright? Salatoma. I've got to make more of an effort to pronounce words correctly. Salatoma flowers that grow in Warg Forest are a surefire cure for Corsair Scourge, but there are nasty demons roaming about, and you shouldn't trend where their Abbey doesn't want you to. Anyway, afraid of going in there is a bad idea. Well, that's not really up for you to decide, is it? That's up for me. Ooh, we got some more exclamation marks that either I missed or just turned up, and there's a herb there we missed as well. So, you know, in a way, that all worked out. Right, herb, give to Velvet. Lovely. Right, let's go and see more speechy. Ah, yeah, this is all new.
Dad, I can't take it anymore. I can't deal with life in this village.
So
There
wet.
you go, with the whining again.
Those two, they seem to be rather upset.
Best stay out of it. They're going at it hammer and tongs. The phrase is hammer and tongs.
I'm not whining. It's been 10 years and the village is no better off than when we started. Every year it gets colder, and every year our harvest gets worse. And the risk of demon blight hasn't gone away.
Your point? Compared to other regions, Westgand has fewer cases of demon blight. Other areas are suffering worse from the cold and the demons. I'd say we're better off here than anywhere else.
You're saying we're lucky that all we have to worry about is cultivating this inhospitable land?
Don't be so impatient. We'll see results. Westgand has incredible potential. If we keep working this land, eventually it will become a prosperous place. Maybe not now, but in 100 years or 1,000, our descendants will have joy and plenty. That's enough for me.
There you go again. Who cares about ancestors? I'm talking about...
Good man, your words have moved me. As an exorcist, I promise to work my hardest to end the demon blight and help people like you find security.
Oh, thank you for your kind words, young exorcist. Then I have a request. How about you start helping by marrying this fool son of mine?
What?
Ever since his lover gave him the slip, he's been whining like this non-stop.
I'm very sorry, but that wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Fair enough. Well, at least we got to the root of his whining. We should have already cleared parts of Warg Forest for farmland by now. It's cold all the time. Demon blight is rampant, and I can't find a wife. It's just dismal. That's just pathetic. What would your father say? Wait, I am your father. Anyway, it's no time to be giving up. No ladies out there. No ladies out there like a quitter. That's very true. That's where I'm going wrong in life. I quit too easily these days. Never used to, but I do now. Unfortunately, but never mind.
The demon of Warg Forest? Yeah, I heard about it. It's been the talk of the town round here lately. My guess is it's some kind of invisible demon. Scary, right?
An invisible demon?
A bunch of exorcists got together to hunt the demon, but they couldn't find it. If it's not invisible, then maybe it's so fast they couldn't see it, or too small for them to notice.
What kind of watch are they keeping on the forest now?
Shouldn't you know? You're an exorcist too, right?
Yes, but my duties take me from place to place, and I don't know the details of the demon hunts in this area.
I see. I don't really know the details myself either, but I hear the exorcists are patrolling in shifts.
Interesting. It sounds like they still might not have a good lead on what this demon is.
Please hurry. Find that demon and get rid of it. We won't feel safe until it's gone.
You have my word. We'll do everything we can.
We're here to find Salitoma. Sorry, but we don't have time to go demon hunting.
I know.
Well, we're probably going to have to end up fighting it anyway, so shut up, Velvet. I won't go near Warg Forest whether the Abbey allows it or not, but there are lots of different beetles there. Rhinoceroses and stags and whatnot. There are insect freaks who love that sort of thing, and they came here to go catch bugs in the woods. Well, they ended up fighting over who caught what, and there was even some bloodshed. So that place is creepy in a lot of different ways. I'm guessing the demon is perhaps linked to that then, so I'm guessing it's some sort of insect, I guess. Something that can probably dig underground or camouflage itself, something along those lines. Sounds sort of right, but we shall have to find out. But I'm just going to pause the video on my end momentarily, and then we shall... Oh, no, hang on, before I do. I've noticed another herb. Let's grab that before I do. Right, okay, grab that, some sage, lovely jubbly, grab that, lovely, lovely. Right, like I said, I'm just going to pause the video for a moment just to sort a few things out on my end, and then we shall continue onwards, and I guess we'll go out to the Warg Forest or whatever it's called, and do some stuff we usually do. So yeah, back in a moment. Alright, so with that being said and done, let's go then. Grab some nice cup of tea as well. A bit difficult to drink when you've got a headset on there. Just about get it in there. Right. Oh my god, there's a lot of dudes with clubs. This will be interesting. So, while we meander our way through here and do some fighting, there is a mark, of course, which I'm not going to get access to, which we'll try that in a bit. Let's talk about stuff as per usual. Now, there's actually one thing I did want to talk about during this video today while we're going through this big stuff. I don't particularly want to fight you with that sort of thing. I need to test you out individually, enemies. Favourable encounters, not a bad idea. Why have you now got a... What? God, again, this is the biggest criticism I have of this game so far, and it was highlighted out before I started this game, you know, a while ago, that a lot of this game is just one big tutorial, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, now what, you know, in terms of learning new things. Command your allies in battle, then quickly press RS again to cancel. Hold RS and press LB to give the order to go all out. Right, hold it down, go all out. Okay.
Here I come.
So let's just yeah, I was just gonna say, like, why have we got that mechanic now? I mean, it was the enemy AI was working perfectly fine before. Why have I now got to be able to do that? I suppose in a way, you know, I guess it's nice to have the control and the ability for the AI to do that, I guess, but it just seems a bit redundant, although I'm now paralysed, which kind of sucks. But they are quite deadly, these trolls, so we've got to be a little bit careful. I do like the new battle music we've got. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they are quite dangerous, these guys. But we did get 230 experience points, which is good. And we've got a new weapon, the Demon's Cleaver, which I think may be for Velvet. Yeah, it is. A blade sharp enough to slice gelatin with ease. Okay. Is that a good thing? Is gelatin that tough? I guess it is. 3 wins again. We've got some cabbage and Worcestershire sauce. I actually come from Worcestershire. in the UK as well. I actually live in Worcester too. Oh dear, I know I shouldn't reveal my location like that, but well, just for that really warrants it, really. Worcestershire sauce. Oh yeah. Got a new recipe as well. It's all good. It's all good. Oh dear. Right, explore this area again. Yeah, sure. Let's just do it. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I love it. Love it. Right. Now then, with that being said and done, let's have a look. Now, we don't need any of that. Oh, equipment is what we need. So we've got the Shell Shredder, which we have upgraded, but now we've got the Demon's Cleaver, which obviously will go down in stats a little bit because we need to upgrade it, which means we could go back and upgrade it. Yeah, I'll upgrade it later, probably off screen or something like that. So we can learn capability versus Morphus plus tech. Absolutely fine, Amundo. Good times. Right, okay, cool. So yeah, those trolls are quite tough. Quite tough. Alright then we've got Witches on Brooms, which may be pretty tough as well. Alright, anyway, as I was saying, what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, that's right. I had somebody contact me via the Steam community thing, you know, the chat system, Steam chat or whatever it is called. And it's an old friend of mine from uni, and he's just started a YouTube channel, which is kind of cool. If you're interested, he is called Dark Lord Kaiser. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description below for this video. He's only just started out. I think he's done 5 videos. But he was a good friend of mine from uni, and yeah, he's just started out a Let's Play channel. He just wanted some advice, really, I thought I'd share it with people who may be watching this, who may be thinking of starting their own Let's Play channel, or who are, or whatever's. I mean, obviously with the European Union Article 13, it might all get thrown in the water in the end, sadly. But until then, you know, yeah, if you want to do one, yeah, just go ahead. It's not difficult to set up, really. I mean, you need a sort of decentish computer, preferably with a decentish graphics card. It doesn't need to be top of the range. I mean, mine's like, what's mine? Mine's the NVIDIA GTX 675M, so it's a mobile graphics chip. It's quite old and dated, and even then, it was not really a new graphics card when it came out. It was actually a rebadged version of a 580, I believe. 580 mobile. They just overclocked it. So very old GPU, but you need a GPU unless you're capturing from consoles using a capture card, in which case possibly integrated will be alright, but GPU's probably better for video editing and stuff. It will cut down the time. But yeah, an integrated one can do it. It just takes a bit longer and can be a bit clunky. And relatively good CPU, but again, doesn't need to be top of the range or anything like that. And then yeah, you just if you're going to capture from PC, just get something like Bandicam, Fraps, NVIDIA Shadow Play. There's loads of them out there to act as a software to record video, and I'm sure you know all that. There's a new blade, by the way, a stabbing blade inlaid with fluorides. Oh, brilliant! So we've got a new weapon again as well. Great, good times. All right then. But yeah, just something like that to record your video footage when you're playing a game off the PC, that is, if you're playing a PC game. You'll need a hard drive. You'll need a very big hard drive to actually record your video footage on, because that can take a lot of memory, depending on what quality you want. I mean, obviously you can compress the video or record it at a lower quality and save yourself some space, but you know, if you want to go for top of the range quality, you're going to need a lot of hard drive space. So a good exterior hard drive or internal hard drive, at least 1 terabyte or more is needed, really. You can do it with less, of course you can, but it can be a bit fiddly, or might limit as to how long your videos want to be, and what quality they are. But even so, good hard drive nonetheless in terms of 1 terabyte or more. HDD's fine. I don't know much about SSD, and video editing on that one. So if you've got an SSD, I'm sure it works okay. But HDD I think is better because although it's a bit slow and clunkier, it's a bit more longer lasting. Of course, it can go wrong a bit more in terms of mechanical errors, but they do tend to last for a long time if you just got them in storage. But anyway, yes, something like that. And then, yeah, capture card. You'll need a capture card if you're going to record off consoles. Elgato. There's a few others. I haven't used a capture card in ages. I used to use a Dazzle one for my older Let's Plays some years ago. And it had AV output or composite video, so it was the red, white, yellow cables. So they're alright for older consoles, unless you've got a HD one or a retro console or a console that obviously has HD output, which you can pretty much now do for nearly all the consoles now, old and new. Just get a capture card, plugs into your computer, captures video footage. The only downside to a capture card is you do get a bit of lag from time to time in terms of lost frames, and therefore if you're trying to commentate at the same time as capturing video footage, you can get some lag, and that can be a real bitch to record with. So you do need to do some research into what capture card setup works best with what computer setup and what hardware you've got versus what software you've got, blah blah blah. It can be a bit fiddly. And also capturing from a console, if you haven't got HD output, you might want to invest in a video pass-through device, something like a FrameMeister. They're very expensive, but they're very good for boosting the quality of video footage from older games consoles to newer games to HD TVs, and indeed as a good pass-through for capture cards as well if you really want to get top quality footage. But it's expensive, you're looking at a few £100 at least for a FrameMeister. And capture cards again can be quite expensive. There are some cheap ones out there, but I don't know how well they work. So yeah, you've got to do a bit of research on that because I'm not 100% sure on the HD ones. I haven't had much success with them in the past, but then again that could just be me. I know they've probably got a bit better since I started years ago. But yeah, just one of those, and then you're on your way really. The only other thing you really need then is a good microphone or a good headset. You don't need to spend a lot of money on it. I mean, if you really want to go proper professional, then obviously you need to spend a few £100 on a decent microphone, but at the moment I'm just currently using a cheap old headset because I did have an expensive microphone. It was fantastic until it broke because the build quality was rubbish, and I'm never buying a Yeti product again because they're shit in terms of quality anyway. Well, in terms of build reliability or build quality anyway. In terms of them being able to record your voice, they're fantastic, but yeah, build quality is awful. But then again, I suppose you get what you paid for, I guess, as Alan Sugar used to say back in the day with his Amstrad stuff. But yeah, you need a microphone, and get a popper if you can, or if you've got a headset, one with a microphone with a popper thing on it, one of those sort of soft foamy things on it, just to reduce popping noises or breaths or any sort of subconscious noises you make with your voice. Because I mean, everybody makes them subconsciously, and I do, and like I said, with the microphone and a popper you eliminate all those popping noises, which is really useful. It's the best way to go, but again, if you can't afford that because money's tight these days, then a headset will be fine. Just work on your microphone technique. Microphone technique is important. For commentary I use Audacity. I don't know what I'm doing, hang on, let me just sort this out for the moment. We'll stick with fluid paper, which is a lot better, so that's good, fantastic. Everybody else mastered anything else for the time being? No, they haven't. Okay, cool. Yeah, so getting back on track. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, microphone technique you need to perfect. And I use Audacity to record commentary. Some capture software like Bandicam and Fraps and all that can allow you to record video and commentary at the same time if you're recording on PC. In terms of PC games, and again, a little limited. I'm sure that there are options that can make it better, but I prefer to use Audacity. I like to record them separately and then get a piece of video editing software to link the two together. And video editing software I don't know much about, to be honest with you. I don't know what I currently use at the moment, actually. It was recommended to me by a long-standing viewer, Henk van der Linden, ages ago, and I forgot what it's called now. But I used back in the day. I used Dazzle's own video editing software that came with the capture card. Anything will do. I think even Windows Media Player is not too bad, which I think comes with all Windows computers. If you've got that, I think it's a basic video editing thing that works quite well. And I think if you're using a Mac, I think Apple's got some basic stuff as well that works fine. So yeah, video editing software you'll have to do some research on. I think the better one is like a Sony one, Sony Adobe, or I don't know. That is pretty good, but I use a very basic one simply because all I do is just put footage and commentary together, really. So all you need is a bit of video editing software that allows you to take some captured footage and your commentary if you're recording it separately and just put it together. If not, it's just one complete video and you just use a video editing software to compress it for yourself, you know, so it's easier to upload onto YouTube. And of course you can then mess around with the sound balance, you know, with your commentary and the game volume and that sort of thing. I am not a pro of sound balance. My sound balance has been awful since day one, probably will be till the end of time, well, it's the end of my existence. So you do need to work on sound balance. I think that's a critical thing with Let's Plays. When I'm watching Let's Play channels, and I watch a lot of little ones now these days, just for fun, sound balance is key. If you've got a good sound balance between commentary and video game footage and video game sound, then you're doing good. Like I said, I'm not a pinnacle for that. Mine is awful. It's never been good. So it's one of those ones whereby, yeah, you need to get your sound right, but that will come with time, you know. So just make sure you work on that as well. Which one are we going to have? Yeah, let's do cute shoes, I think, for you, because you are very cute, Eleanor. Everything else seems fine for the moment. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I was just talking about the game there. So yeah, sound balance is very important, I think, is a good piece of advice. But again, with practice, you'll get there. You can buy soundproof panels for your room, so whatever you're using to record your videos in, so your bedroom or cupboard or whatever. If you want to try and eliminate echoey sound from commentary video, your commentary audio, then you might want to invest in some soundproof panels that some professional YouTubers do. I don't know anything about them or how expensive they are, but you can do if you want for that. And then ultimately, once you've got it all set up, and again, you could do it really cheap, really cheap if you want. It's just a question of being yourself, really. It's you know, obviously watch other Let's Players that you get inspiration from, perhaps be inspired by them and maybe borrow a bit of their style, or you know, start off by using their style a little bit if you're a bit unsure about yourself. To just get comfortable with talking to a microphone by yourself, because at first when you start doing it, it's really odd. You know, when I started doing it, in my head I was like, oh, I'm going to be a natural, it's going to be amazing, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to be the next PewDiePie and Markiplier and all that. And then when you start, you're really nervous, and you just don't really ooze the confidence that you thought you had, because it's weird doing it. You know, it's a very weird sort of mindscape and situation to put yourself in, to literally talk to yourself through a microphone for potential viewers on YouTube. But you do get the hang of it very quickly. You've got to get a good rhythm going as well with your videos. And
what's the Reaper's Curse Magilu was talking about?
We'll talk about more in a minute. Let's pay attention to this.
Aizen's presence has the power to bring misfortune to the people around him.
Is that some sort of special Moloch power or something?
No, it's a convenient plot device.
Misfortune. At Vortigern, there was a sudden mass outbreak of demon blight, and many of his fellow crew died on his watch.
I find that a little hard to believe, honestly.
The Reaper's Curse is all too real. It was the Reaper's Curse that tore me from you and got me captured by Miss Magilu.
Oh, is that so?
I missed you so much. The hazy halcyon days when I would blow on your cheeks to make your tears dry up.
Hey, that's not...
It must be destiny that we've been reunited. How I wish I could return to your side once more.
Do what you want. I don't care.
Really?
I won't stop you. Maybe she wants a Moloch who freely divulges a young girl's secrets.
I'm fine, thank you very much. I've already got Laphicet to look after as it is.
Aw, no fair! Is he the one who blows on your tears now when you cry?
He most certainly does not. And as of right now, you're a stranger to me.
Oh, burn.
What? Just so we're clear, Laphicet will do no blowing on any cheeks. Of course not. I mean, not that it ever happened in the first place anyway. Just forget it.
Yet another victim of the Reaper's Curse!
I've got to be honest, this Reaper's Curse is quite a fun plot device. That's brilliant, that was. Velvet's like, no, he only blows on my cheeks. And when I say cheeks, I don't mean the ones on my face. Yeah, Velvet, is some jealousy brewing there now. Ooh, it's gonna be a cat fight. a proper one anyway. But anyway, what was I saying before? After that, actually quite funny interlude there. Some of these interludes, I know I complained about the previous one with the bridge. Some of these are very, very funny and are interesting and do add to the characters a bit and do get you to relate to them, which is very important in a game, of course. But sometimes they can be a little redundant. But hey, no game's perfect and no sort of interlude or cutscenes are perfect, so whatever. So I'm just being harsh, as I usually am. But anyway, yeah, going back to like starting out your own Let's Play channel and doing Let's Plays, yeah, just be yourself and just get a bit of confidence doing it. Get the other good piece of advice is to get into a good rhythm of videos. Try if you can get into a scheduled routine. Like if you've got the time and the ability to do it, even if you've got a job, sort of say to yourself, right, if I really want to do this and not just to be big and famous, but just because I want to engage in it and make a few friends, or you know, actually produce some content that I think might be quite interesting for people to watch, then get yourself to a scheduled routine. You know, are you going to upload one every day, one every 2 days, once a week, and whatever you decide to do on whatever's convenient for you or whatever you're able to do, what days are you going to do it on? Because a schedule is very important, because if people can see, if they do come across your channel, that you upload videos on a regular basis, and maybe not... Excuse me, sorry, catching air because of tea. Maybe not to a rigidly fixed schedule, but you upload video content often. Then they're more likely to subscribe and stick around, and as a result of that, your channel's more likely to grow, because then they're more likely to recommend you. If you do what I'm doing at the moment, where you have to keep taking breaks all the time, and unfortunately the regular pace of my videos has slowed down ever since I started the career I just left, which I still can't really talk about, by the way, but maybe one day I will. Then you will get people sort of losing faith in you, or might get bored of you, or might move on to somebody else, and maybe not necessarily unsubscribe, but they might just sort of, you know, forget about you basically, and that's fine if you don't really mind and you just think to yourself, oh, it's just a hobby, and you know, I just make videos for anybody to watch and they can dip in and out as you please, then that's basically what I do. That's fine, it doesn't matter, but you know, it's all about, I'm just talking about it from the perspective of, if you want to build a fan base, or you want to build yourself up as a proper channel, or you know, actually have a go at trying to be big, you know, that sort of thing you need to think about. But if you're someone like me who just does it when they can, then it doesn't matter. But a schedule is a good thing to have, or at least try to stick to nonetheless. And it is difficult, it is very difficult to stick to, because it obviously depends on personal circumstances, but it's still something that is worth trying to do. We'll put the calcite ribbon on her for now, simply because there's less ability points to get for her to get that ability before we move on to the other one. So yeah, and yeah, just be yourself. Like I said before, I know I keep repeating that, but it's just the truth. Just be yourself. And with time, you'll get confident at it, and you'll develop your own style. Also, make sure you play games, preferably that you haven't played before. Blind LPs tend to be more fun to watch than ones where people have played the game already. But then again, I watch Black Shadow 993, and Black Shadow 993's videos and Let's Plays of video games are mostly games that he's played when he was younger, as childhood. He knows them inside out, and he's able to make a video series whereby it's very entertaining to watch, but he also tells you absolutely everything about the game, you know, like he'll go through all the intricate details and all the secrets and stuff, and it's very entertaining. You know, even though he's played it before, it's very entertaining. So you can do it that way, and it can be good. I think it's a bit harder unless you know a game inside out, but I prefer Blind, really. I think Blind is always the most entertaining, especially if a game that's popular, or a game that's a cult favourite. You'll get a lot more viewer figures, because people who say, like for example Undertale, you could start your channel, play Undertale, you've never played it before, and I can guarantee you'll get a much higher set of viewer figures than you would normally get, because people love watching people play that game blind and seeing what their opinions are on it and that sort of thing. And Half-Life, I started with Half-Life on this channel not because of I thought, oh, I'll be clever, I'll start with Half-Life and get viewer figures. No, I'd never played Half-Life. You know, a little bit when I was younger on the PS2 or Dreamcast, I can't remember which console I played it on, the first game that is, and I only got so far and I was really bored of it at the time. I just didn't find it that interesting, so I thought to start the channel on that sort of game would be a good idea, because I thought I've never played it before all the way through, and people rate this game as one of the best ever, and I want to see what the fuss is about, and I'm glad I did. You know, I played it and it was good, the first one. So yeah, doing that sort of thing can help you get your channel going, get your traction going, and then yeah, like I said, it's just a question of getting your style going and making a regular thing out of it. don't be dismayed if you start your channel and nobody's looking at it or nobody's watching your videos. Never go in thinking that, oh, I'm going to start a channel and there's going to be loads of people watching, because you will immediately be disappointed and you will immediately get put off. You don't. Just, when I started Near Rambler, I knew that, I just thought, no one's going to be watching these videos, I'm going to have loads of videos uploaded with no views on, but you know what, I don't care, because I'm going to keep doing it, because I enjoy doing it, I was having fun doing it, and I know somebody one day will watch it, and if they do, they might give me some feedback, and lo and behold, I got lucky, somebody did, and I gained traction from there. You know, it's one of those ones where don't expect results straight away, you do have to persevere, and you do have to really put some time into it.
This fight is
Obviously, don't think, oh, I'm going to make a living out of this, because nowadays that's pretty much impossible. The ones who do make a living out of it have already established themselves. If you're a newbie now, forget it. You're just doing it for fun. You're doing it as a hobby. You're doing it for your friends, or making new friends, or meeting new people. And that's what you want to do it for, as well as just for the fun of it. You know, being entertaining. You know, because let's be honest, TV these days is fucking awful for the most part.
All right?
Yes, for now at least.
I'm not crying.
I'm glad for that. But please remember, the Reaper's curse is no joke.
Is Isen's curse even real? I'm having trouble believing in it.
You never know. Talk like that might give you a stomachache, or a blister, or a bug might fly into your mouth.
A bug?
Oh no, after all of those disturbing things, the bug is the one that makes her most worried.
Like when you said that 4 Navy warships tried to detain the Von Eltia and disappeared without a trace? Or that Eisen made a stopover on an island and the men there caught demon blight? Or that a man bumped into his shoulder and started laughing and died from suffocation?
Please stop. That's even more frightening.
That's a pack of lies. It was 7 warships. Everyone on the
I love that
island,
7
not
warships.
just men, caught demon blight. And the guy who bumped into me died from hiccups.
Oh, that's brilliant. See, that's clever writing. I like that. That's funny writing.
But as far as the Corsair's Scourge goes, you don't need to worry. Just drink the Solitoma juice and you'll be fine.
Assuming they're in bloom.
Yeah, there is that.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You'll get used to our crazy group. I did. I love them to bits. But yeah, like I said, what was I saying? My memory is shot to pieces. Oh yeah, try and have a good memory as well, because my memory is literally shot to pieces. That I put that down to my career path that I chose to go down, and just my general poor. Oh god. Oh, do you know what? Bring it on. Oh no, I've managed to avoid the ambush. Yeah, you know, that was down to my career choice and what have you. But make sure you've got a good memory, make sure you're focused and concentrating. And don't do what I do. If you're going to commentate on your videos or Let's Play channels, or whatever, don't ramble like I do. Keep it focused, keep it tight. You know, I don't have a lot of time to edit stuff, that's why I have to make these rambly long videos. And it's my style, I like doing it, I love talking. I make no mistake about that, I make no denial about it, or whatever the correct term is. I love to talk. I talk. It's the only thing I'm good at, is talking. I talk bollocks and bullshit, but I'm good at it. And keep it tight, keep it focused. If you feel when you're playing a game it's getting a bit dull, or if you have to do some backtracking or grinding like I'm doing at the moment, I'm not really grinding, I'm just fighting enemies and getting a bit of experience here and there. So I suppose, yeah, I've just juxtaposed myself there a little bit there. But even so, do think about, am I going to eliminate that bit out of the video? You know, am I going to show them everything, or am I going to keep it streamlined and cut bits out? Some people like that, some people like the whole thing like I do here. It's up to you, it's your personal style. Just pick one and stick with it. Don't flip-flop over it and sort of do one or the other, unless you're experimenting. But, you know, I ramble far too much and talk far too much and stall a lot, and people have had a go at me about it. But again, that's my style. If you like it, go for it, but I can promise you now, keep yourself tight and focused with your commentary and your video footage, and you'll get a lot more viewership and a lot more respect and a lot more likes than I do. And also try not to talk about controversial issues either, like I do, because I do. I have no. That's just who I am. My social barriers are very absent, if that makes sense. You know, my social knowledge and social intelligence is very, very low. But then again, as a result of that, I can be upfront and honest about things, and sometimes actually say things and see things that other people are thinking about, or even say things and think things that people go, oh, actually, I hadn't thought of it that way. And you're like, oh, see, told you. So, you know, it has its advantages, but obviously, you know, it has its disadvantages as well. So, yeah, overall, just go for it. If you want to do it, go for it. Make sure you've got a budget in mind on how you want to set yourself up, and just play a game that you enjoy if you want to be comfortable with to start with, or go in for a game that you've never played before blind, and just go for it from there, you know, and just let your style come out. Don't be afraid to say things, but of course, you know, if you want to be big and popular, you know, do be a little conscious about what you're saying, perhaps.
Really?
And just keep it tight. Keep it tight. And that's pretty much it, really. I don't think there's anything else to say. Cabbage and more Worcestershire sauce. Good times. Got the mistress's support, because Velvet is my mistress. Well, not really, but in my mind. Yeah. Because she'd beat the crap out of me every day. And that's a good thing for me, because I need that. Yeah, just go for it. That's what you want to do. And that's all I have to say. So yeah, but feel free to hit me up for any advice. I may not reply straight away, either on YouTube or Steam or whatever. I have tried Discord, and Discord's quite good. I might need to get back onto Discord at some point. Discord's pretty cool, but again, it's just finding the time to do it, really. But yeah, so that's that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, actually, while we're doing this, is I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I got that for my Switch, and it's bloody good. And if you like Pokemon games, and specifically like me, you grew up with the originals, Red, Blue and Yellow, you want to get Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Pikachu. It's essentially a rehash of those three. It's a rehash, basically, a remake of oh god, there's loads of MIDI blouses here, bloody hell. Alright, hang on, let's pick that one. Nice. How far are you with your spear? You've got a long way to go yet. Okay, that's fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's basically a stripped down version of Pokemon Yellow, but it's really, really, really good, and it implements the Pokemon Go mechanics for catching Pokemon quite well, actually. Apart from the motion controls on it, they're a bit rubbish, and they're kind of forced on you, so if you're not a fan of motion controls, that's probably the biggest gripe of the game. But other than that, it's really, really good, and I'm not that bothered about the motion controls, to be honest with you. I think they work well enough. They're not perfect, but they do work. They work well enough, and I suppose if you're used to Pokemon Go, then obviously it'll probably be a lot better on your phone than it would be on the Switch Joy-Cons or Pokeball controller, which I got as well. But overall, as a game, it's really nice, and I hope Nintendo make more of those sorts of games for the Pokemon universe, or at least make another traditional one with the same graphic style. The graphics on it are lovely. They're not top of the range or anything, but they are very nice. And overall, as a game, it's just a blast from the past, really. It's a huge nostalgia trick. Nostalgia trick? That's because I saw the enemy with name have trick in its name. It's a nostalgia trip, even. No tricks to it. And it's great. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I won't say much more about it because I don't really want to spoil anything if you haven't played it yet or are interested in it. And have yet to get it or can't afford it at the moment. But if you haven't got it yet and you do want to play it, do get it. It's cool. It's a great game. I've spent a lot of time with it, me and my sister playing it. Really having a good time with it. I love it to bits. Right, I have not been playing this game properly at all because I forgot to be holding onto the right trigger button to do all my fancy kicking and schmicking and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I forgot about all that. Right, anyway, where's the fairy guy? Oh, he's gone over there. Look, I want to... Ow! Shit, they hurt. It's a good job I saved the game before I did, actually, because even though I wasn't properly concentrating, because I was talking spiel about Pokemon and Let's Play channels. Ugh, come on! Come on. That's it. Nicely done. I'm not doing very well, am I? Alright for the moment. I do need to take out these enemies, though, really. God, I'm doing awful today. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but jeez. I mean, we are doing damage to it, but I think I'm a little bit worried that we'll get a bit ambushed. However, she is stunned for the moment. Oh no, not anymore. She was then. Go on, Jet Blizzard. That's it. Go on, Velvet. Give her... I don't think we did actually any damage there, but in theory we could have done. Right, we are halfway down. I think we might win this, but again, I've just got to keep an eye on health. At the moment, they're okay, because I think people are recovering themselves a little bit. Actually, I need to... Command! Go all out! Just fight! Just kill them all! I'm sure you were doing that before anyway, but let's just remind you to do that. And obviously the game's like, I can't handle the frame rate, there's just too much stuff going on! And it's probably not the game's fault, it's probably my computer's fault! It's like, absolutely tanking with the frames here. I'm very sorry, you purists and high-tech people out there who hate this sort of thing. Just gonna have to put up with it, I guess, if you're watching still. I think most people have stopped watching anyway ever since I mentioned Brexit, so so all my useful advice about starting a Let's Play channel from scratch and praising Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, you know, they've all been to waste, really. But whatevers. It is what it is. Right, we are almost beat. Oh, it's paralyzed. It's not paralyzed, but it's stunned or whatever. So yeah, quick, beat him up. God, my team is so powerful. Slow attack the death. It's going down. It's going down. Yay, we beat it. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, he did refuse to fall there, but we equipped mastery. Lots of stuff there. Lots and lots of stuff even, and we've got the Oppressor's Ventite, which does some stuff. Yeah, whatever's. Don't care about any of that because who cares? But we've killed another mark, and that, as they say, is great. Excellent. Right, now then, we've got to sort out equipment once again. So Beldom is good, so you can now have the Fluorite Belt. So we'll give you that. Thorny Waistcoat you have mastered, but I think everything else at the moment you've mastered as well, so we can't do anything there. Fluorite Boots, I think we've mastered everything else as well, so we can't do anything there, but that's alright. Let's see what else have you mastered. Nothing at the moment. You have mastered a lot of stuff. And I think, again... Oh no, there's some stuff at the top there, which will... Oh, that's cute shoes, that's what Elena's wearing, or Elena's wearing. Oh, you can't... Oh, you can wear Fluorite Boots. Put those on, that's good. Shock Ward, you've mastered that now. There's a Flame Ward you can master, so you can have that. And then you've got Weather Guardian 2, which is good. So now you've got Lulu Doll and Fluric Doll. Let's give you the Fluric Doll for now. Let's give it that one. Good times, then you all the same. Excellent. Okay, we're doing very well at the moment. So let's just save the game. Good. Alright, we will be finishing up in a bit, I think, because I don't know how long we're going on for now, but you know, usually I hit the hour and a half mark is what I generally hit. But yeah, no, in terms of yeah, games wise, yeah, Let's Go Pikachu was good. I played Wolfenstein 2 as well on the Switch. I got that as well, and I appreciate that Wolfenstein 2 has been compressed heavily on the Switch, because obviously Wolfenstein 2, when that came out on the PS4, Xbox One, PC, graphically very impressive game, or at least impressive enough, and a relatively good game in its right. You know, the gameplay mechanics are okay. It's a bit like the same as Doom, quite fast-paced, which is alright. I prefer Doom to Wolfenstein 2 in terms of gameplay, but it's not bad at all. And writing-wise, it's very well written for the most part, but the Switch version is just awful. It really is awful. And again, I know it's a big, graphically intensive game that was compressed onto the Switch because of the Switch's hardware being so limited. I appreciate the limitations that the developers, I think it was Panic Button, who ported it over from Machine Games and id Software to the Switch. I know they had to work with limited stuff, and they had to do a lot of compression within the game code to get it to work on the Switch, and not only that, but work at a consistent frame rate. It's only 30 frames, but even so, it's impressive. And like I said, in terms of the playability of it on the Switch, again, the frame rate on it is only 30, but it's stable and very impressive. And the whole game's on there, which is really impressive as well, so they haven't cut any content out. The only thing they have done is like a couple of graphical intense scenes or background animations been cut out. They've like patched it over with things so that it doesn't drain the GPU of the Switch that much, you know, or it doesn't push it too hard. So they have pulled some clever graphical tricks to cut out some of the graphical intensity. So some of the levels look a bit different or a bit limited, but I assure you they're exactly the same levels in terms of content and enemy placements and you know, content-wise in the game's the same, you know. But the problem with it is yeah, it is actually the graphics that let it down. The stuff that they do compress on it, though, it's sometimes really hard to see what you're doing on it. I have to say, even I play it on docked mode, so it connects to the TV, and a lot of people have sort of said, oh, you shouldn't play it on the TV because obviously it really does show where the graphical limitations are with the version and where all the compression and muddy textures are to make the game work consistently and it's distracting.
Don't waste my time.
That's true, but people said, oh, if you play it on the handheld mode, it's a lot better because the screen's smaller and therefore you can't really see much of the graphical tricks that Panic Button pulled to make the game work better, and obviously you can't see it so smudgy and so distorted, but that's a load of bollocks. I play it on handheld mode, I cannot see what I'm doing at all, and I've got the brightness up, colour up, everything. I cannot see shit, and I've put the brightness down, I've dimmed the colours as well. It's too muddy, like it's just so hard to work out where you're going. Sometimes it's hard to spot the enemies. It is really, really muddy. And again, I don't blame Panic Button for it. They've just done what they can to make the game on the Switch work. And it is impressive, but Christ almighty, in some areas it's virtually unplayable, at least from my perspective anyway. Because it is just so compressed, and it just doesn't work very well. I think it works better on TV mode, and even then sometimes it's a struggle. The New York level is awful on the Switch. It's so hard to see anything, it really is. Or I was going to miss you, but I'll fight you. I changed my mind halfway, but we'll fight you. So yeah, so I'm a little bit disappointed with Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch, only because it is actually quite hard to see what you're doing on it. The port of Doom, on the other hand, that Panic Button did, is fantastic. You know, I can see what I'm doing for the most part on it, and it's not quite as stable as the Wolfenstein 2 port in terms of frame rate, but it works a lot better, and I can see better and all that. So I think the Doom port, I think, is better on a visual standpoint. But having said that, Doom was, well, again, a graphically impressive game when it came out. But it's the colour scheme is pretty much the same. It's mostly orange and red, so you know, or in blue and grey from time to time when you're in an industrial bit. So yeah, I think it works a bit better on the Switch in terms of how it looks. The visual compressions and graphical compressions they did to make the game work on that, I thought was actually okay. It didn't bother me in the slightest. I thought it was really impressive. Wolfenstein 2, I think, was just a step too far. I think they overstretched themselves a bit on it. So if you're thinking about getting Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch just to see what it's all about, I would thoroughly recommend either renting it or borrowing it from a friend or getting it when it's dirt cheap, because it's not as impressive as people say it is, and I think it's a game that's probably not really... It shouldn't really have been put on the Switch in the first place. I think it was just a bit too much for the Switch to handle. But again, I praise Panic Button, the developers, for having a go and doing as good a job as they have done. They know what they're doing, and again, I don't criticise them or blame them for doing it or say, oh, Panic Button did an awful job. They didn't. They did the best job they could, and it's impressive. I just think it might have been a bit too much for them. Not in terms of their skill, just in terms of what they had to work with. You know, in terms of the actual game itself and the hardware compatibility, I just think it was a bit too much. Doom was just there. You know, Doom was already intensive enough as it was, but I think Doom works a little better. But again, just my opinion, really. Yeah, so yeah, don't get it unless you want to just check it out, or you have a friend who already has it, just for larks. Most people who played Wolfenstein 2 have played it on PC, PS4, Xbox One, so the Switch version really is just a curiosity, really. But yeah, not as good. I was a bit disappointed with that port, only because sometimes it's so hard to see what you're doing. Other times it's okay, but yeah, sometimes it is, in my opinion, quite unplayable. What else? That's not much else I really want to talk about in terms of the game industry, really, and I think that will bring a video to a wrap, because we've just come across a save point, which is good, so I think we'll hit that save point, which would be nice, and then next time we'll carry on and find the flower. And hopefully the computer's like, oh, please give me a break.
Was angry at it.
Yeah, well, the computer's angry at me for playing this for too long. So, we're going to save the game. And what I might do off screen is do a bit of grinding. And that way then I can try and be a bit more direct in the next video, getting to where we need to get to. So yeah, so can I say thank you very much for watching if you have done. And next time, whenever that may be, I'm not going to make any promises or guarantees as to when that will be. We shall carry on, try and find this flower and... see what happens. So yeah, until next time, take it easy, have a good one, hope you're well, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And if not, take it easy anyway. Until then, bye for now.